Hi, this is Lady Abel. My name is Hannah Jefferson and welcome to my first YouTube video. The past few weeks have been a big eye-opener. I have finally decided to pursue my art and writing goals since my pet portrait business has fizzled out. I have been doing pet portraits for 3 years now. I feel kind of liberated, to be honest. I finally get to work on the project that has been keeping me up all night. And I woke up from a dream at the age of 16 about a story/character, and it's been in my head developing ever since. I finally don't have to put commission work over what I want to do. Now on this piece I'm working on the video, this is Mindy. She belongs to my in-laws. I did this on an 8x10 piece of pastel mat in a darker gray tone. I'm using colored pencils throughout the entire portrait. I'm using techniques such as OMS, odorless mineral spirits, for blending, and as I fill in the tooth of the paper, my pressure increases on the pencil. Back to what I want to be doing after commission. I want to produce art around my story, create stickers, prints, and other goodies. Yes, it's super scary, but what if it fails and I waste my time? I also feel like if I never start this, it will always be in the back of my head, nagging at me. So I want to share my process with you, and please push me along the way and make sure I follow through. But being a pet portrait artist had one major downside. I had relied too heavily on photos and have lost the ability to truly draw from my head and use my creativity to the fullest. Hopefully I can get past that mental barrier and create the things I truly want to create. This week I have reset all my social media, changed my name, started this brand new YouTube channel, and a new website, which I'm still working on and filling it out as I go, so please bear with me. If you have watched this far, I thank you and I really appreciate it. I hope to be updating my YouTube channel maybe once every week, 2 max, and it'll be where things stand with that. Right here you see me working on the last one I did. Her name is Mindy and she's a crossbreed. Really sweet girl, so happy. I was babysitting her for about 2 weeks, I think, over Christmas and New Year's. My in-laws were out in Seattle visiting family, and she left her with me and my fiance, Dan. focus on what I want to do, the art I want to do, and the writing. So I want to share my progress, how I'm learning how to do creature design, character design, all for the story that I want to do. And basically, if you're interested, maybe follow along, learn something, and we can do this together. It'll push me to, do what I really want. I'm going to be doing thumbnails, I'm going to be doing storyboarding and sketches and art, full-blown illustration, all based around my story idea to help further delve into the world of my characters and actually, feel them out, get their designs down and all that. If that's any interest to you, maybe subscribe, like, hit that bell button. If you do, I would really appreciate it. So yeah. Now, one thing I don't see very often is artists with disabilities on YouTube. And I just want to share my experiences with that, talk about that, how it affects me and my art, and the process of doing art with a disability. It takes me a lot longer to get this piece done. That's why it might have only taken me 10 hours. But physically, I couldn't work over 2 hours at a time sometimes. It all depends. My wrists are severely affected to the point that I have to take breaks on a regular basis. And if I don't, I could not be able to do work or art or anything for up to 3 months because I overworked my wrists. And that's okay. I'm happy. This art is something that I love to do, and I love pushing myself, but it's pushing yourself in the right way. And if you have a disability or anything, mental, physical, and you enjoy doing art, don't let that hold you back. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to not be as fast as other artists or do straight lines. To the right, you'll see a new colored pencil organizer that I made using simple trays that you get in sets, and stacking them with hot glue gun and organizing them the way I want so I can see them all while I'm working, so I can grab the color I need, not have to dig through drawers or piles or jars of colored pencils. There are some watercolor pencils and pastel there too, but the bottom 2 rows are the Faber-Castell Polychromos, and then you got the Luminance by Karen Dodge, and a couple of the Derwent Color Soft, just because there's not a lot of purples in most sets and they had some extra. And then there's some new Derwent Light Fast, and then you've got the Faber-Castell, I don't know what the name of it, the Aquarelle, the watercolor pencils, and then you got the Karen Dash pastel pencils on top with a few blenders. So for the first layers of this piece, I use OMS, and then slowly building more detail with more pressure. And this paper is really great for that. You can basically do an unlimited amount of layers, and lights go over darks, and it really works for my technique and makes my job easier. I started on Bristol paper and quickly moved to pastelmat. I did pretty good work on the Bristol paper, and of course you can come out with some beautiful stuff, and I see it all the time on artists, but pastelmat really works for me. On my hand, you'll see here that I have a digital drawing glove. It helps me because with my disability, I can't hold my arm off the paper. So this just keeps the oil from my hands off the paper without having that support under my hand, and makes my job a lot easier. I hope that the rotating hasn't gotten too annoying. My arms are a little shorter, so I have to move it into my range. And yes, I work upside down sometimes, but that works for me. To my left, off camera, you can't see it. I have a iPad on a mount right next to me with the photo of the dog that I worked from. I digitally put in this background, and hopefully you'll see more of that in my work. Digitally putting photos together, of course, reference free, from artists on Facebook pages and Unsplash, and basically just making my own photo that I can work from. And I'm starting to do that with my fantasy work that I've been wanting to do. Just put one together. I think it has about 10 photos all together, and then the photos aren't seamlessly into each other, but when I'm working traditionally, I can fix that basically. So here you can see me working on the eye. This is my favorite part. I love working on eyes. And of course, that skipped ahead a little bit. Sorry about that. This dog is just so happy, and it made me so happy working on her. The nose turned out a little bit crooked. So is her face, so I think it got pulled off pretty well. I love the colors in this dog. It was certainly a challenge, but really enjoyed it. Pushed me quite a lot. I hope you don't mind. I will be overlaying some music here in some of the sped up areas. I'm still not comfortable on doing voice recordings and such, and I'm still new to this, so bear with me as I learn. Create. This week I have reset all my social media, changed my name, started this brand new YouTube channel, and a new website, which I'm still working on and filling it out as I go, so please bear with me. If you have watched this far, I thank you and I really appreciate it. I hope to be updating my YouTube channel maybe once every week, 2 max, and it'll be a variety of story developing, drawing developing for my story. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and see you next time. Bye.